Shocking news coming out of April 2026 is creating serious concern among thousands of people who are planning to travel to Australia or already have their visas approved, because now a visa alone is no longer a guarantee that you will be allowed to enter the country. Imagine spending months preparing your documents, paying heavy visa fees, booking your flight, and finally getting your visa approved only to be stopped at the airport and told that you cannot board the plane. This is not a rare situation anymore. This is exactly what the new immigration rules are allowing. And if you are planning to move, study, or work in Australia, this update is something you cannot afford to ignore. Hello everyone, welcome back to Rintan Info 24, your trusted source for the latest visa and immigration updates explained in a simple and clear way. Today, we are discussing one of the biggest immigration shocks from Australia in April 2026. And this is not a small change. This is a major shift that is changing how the entire system works. So make sure you watch this carefully till the end, because this information can directly impact your future plans and help you avoid costly mistakes. Let's start by understanding the biggest change, which is creating the most panic right now. Earlier, the system was very simple. If your visa was approved, you could travel to Australia without any major issues. Your visa was basically your entry pass. But now things have completely changed. The Australian government has introduced new powers that allow authorities to stop visa holders from entering the country even after their visa has been granted. This means that your visa is no longer a final approval. It is just one step in the process, and your entry can still be blocked at the last moment. One of the key tools behind this change is something known as a do not board direction. This allows the government to instruct airlines not to let certain passengers board flights to Australia, even if they have a valid visa. This decision can be made based on security concerns, sudden policy changes, or global situations. And the most important point here is that this can happen without much notice, which creates a lot of uncertainty for travelers, because earlier, once your visa was approved, you could plan everything with confidence. But now there is always a risk involved. You might be wondering why Australia is taking such a strict approach. The main reason is that the government wants more control over who enters the country. And when in today's world, situations can change very quickly, whether it is political tension, security threats, or migration pressure. And the government wants the ability to respond instantly instead of being bound by earlier visa decisions. This is why they have shifted from a fixed approval system to a flexible control system where decisions can be adjusted at any time. Another important change is the introduction of targeted travel restrictions. Under the new rules, Australia can temporarily ban entry from specific countries or groups, depending on the situation. This means that even genuine travelers can be affected if their country is facing restrictions at that time. These decisions are usually based on national interest, security risks, or international developments. And the problem is that these bans can come suddenly without giving people enough time to adjust their plans. Now let's talk about how these changes affect different categories of visa holders, starting with students. Because a large number of international students choose Australia for their education, the government is now making student visa rules stricter to ensure that only genuine students are allowed. This means your documents must be strong, your financial proof must be clear, and your intention to study must be genuine. Visa officers are now checking applications more carefully, and even after approval, students may face additional checks before traveling. For skilled workers, the situation is also becoming more challenging. Australia is increasing salary requirements for work visas, which means that only high-skilled professionals with strong job offers will have better chances. Low-paying jobs or less skilled roles are becoming less attractive under the new system. The government wants to attract talent that can contribute more to the economy. So if you are planning to apply for a work visa, you need to focus on improving your skills, gaining experience, and targeting higher salary opportunities. Another major area where strict action is being taken is visa misuse, especially something known as visa hopping. This is when people keep switching from one temporary visa to another just to extend their stay in the country without a clear long-term plan. The government has identified this as a problem and is now introducing rules to limit such practices. This means that it will become harder to keep extending your stay without meeting proper requirements, and those who try to misuse the system may face serious consequences. Let's also discuss the changes in visa processing, because they are quite interesting. On one hand, Australia is trying to speed up the processing of temporary visas like visitor and student visas to support tourism and education sectors. But on the other hand, permanent residency pathways are becoming slower and more competitive. This creates a situation where entering Australia might be easier in some cases, but staying there permanently is becoming more difficult. So if your goal is to settle in Australia, you need to be prepared for a longer and more challenging process. All these changes clearly show that Australia is moving towards a more controlled and selective immigration system, where quality matters more than quantity. The government is focusing on attracting genuine applicants with strong profiles while reducing the chances of misuse and risk. This system is designed to be flexible so that decisions can be adjusted based on changing global conditions, which makes it very different from the old system. Now, the most important question is, what should you do if you are planning to go to Australia in this new situation? The first and most important step is to stay updated because immigration rules are changing very quickly, and missing even one important update can create serious problems. Second, you need to make sure that your profile is strong and genuine, whether you are applying as a student or a worker. This means having complete documents, clear intentions, and meeting all requirements honestly. Third, you should avoid shortcuts or risky strategies like fake documents or unnecessary visa switching, because the system is now strict enough to detect these issues and the consequences can be very serious. It is also very important to plan ahead and have backup options because the level of uncertainty has increased. You should not rely completely on one plan. Consider alternative countries or pathways so that if something goes wrong, you have other options available. This will reduce your risk and give you more control over your future. Another useful tip is to always follow official sources and reliable information because there is a lot of misinformation on social media which can create confusion and lead to wrong decisions. Try to verify every update before taking action, and if possible, consult professionals who have proper knowledge of immigration rules. At the same time, it is important not to panic because while these changes are strict, they are not meant to stop genuine applicants. If your profile is strong, your intentions are clear, and you follow the rules properly, you still have a good chance of success. In fact, as the system becomes stricter, it may reduce competition from non-genuine applicants, which can actually benefit serious candidates. So the key takeaway from this entire update is very clear: your visa is no longer a guarantee of entry into Australia. Your journey does not end with visa approval. You need to stay careful even after that, because your entry can be affected by different factors at any time. This is a big change, and understanding it properly can save you from major problems in the future. If you found this detailed update helpful, then make sure to like this video and subscribe to Rintan Info 24 because we bring you the latest and most important immigration updates in a simple and easy way so you can stay informed and make better decisions for your future. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care and stay prepared. Thumbs up.